All right, and we are live. Good evening, everybody, from an undisclosed location in Buffalo, New York. Welcome to all of you. Glad to have you along on what the hell is it, Thursday evening here in Buffalo. I don't know what the local time is. Here with Marshall. Going to be getaway day for me tomorrow, going south. I'm going to be heading down to Baltimore. Let the room populate a little bit. Miss Kitty, how you doing, sweetie? Nice to see you. Welcome aboard.
Good afternoon from Little Rascal II, from undisclosed location in beautiful Buffalo, New York.
Hey, Andrew, you got responded to your thing. Thank you, honey. I got your things. We got Death Cube. Hello, Nocturnal Denizen. Nice to see you. Hello, Kim.
Hello,
my Kimmy
Kim.
girl. Nice to see you, Kim C. Nice to see you, Nature Woman, Kentucky. How you doing tonight? Miss Kitty is in the chat.
Is that?
I got something on a text message. You were talking about Detroit, Andrew. You were talking about some of your advice on Detroit and stuff. I finally got to that today. I've been so swamped with mail. Jasmine, Colleen, aloha. There we go.
Aloha from Buffalo, New York.
There we go.
Is Kim C. Bella?
No.
Okay.
No. How you doing, Michael? Angels, Adventures on the Road. Tina Tama, what was that? Tina Toma. Nice to see you, Tina. How you doing? Hope everybody's having a good night. Just finished. Remember, start your day. Oh shit! Got this damn thing pulled. Shit!
I got that heat sleeve on for you.
You sure do. Start your day the Canadian way. Tim Hortons, official sponsor of the Rosie O'Kelly channel.
And I'm having a latte with an espresso shot here. Let's see how it tastes.
Yeah, I'm happy to be back in the U.S. Hey, Perfect. How are you? Hey, Chris. I'm in Buffalo, New York. Up here, I'm with the Buffalonians.
We over here in Buffalo, New York, but they don't have that New York accent here. They just have
I'm not
the good
sure
old
what
American.
they call Buffalo. Buffaloans or
Buffalonians? I don't know.
Buffaloans or something like that. Buffalo, yeah.
Buffalo?
Been a good big business. Papa Grizz, how you doing? Tell me you're doing okay. Tell me you're doing okay. How you doing? Carol says hello, gorgeous Rosie. How are you, sweetie?
Who's Papa Grizz?
Papa Grizz is a guy that lives in Ohio. He's been a friend of mine I've been following him for a while, and then I started popping up on his chat about 7 months ago. And he's had a hard go of it health-wise, so I'm really happy that he's back home and on his recovery. Is that Cajun Kev? How you doing, Kev? My roots are Long Island, New York. Well, Colleen's got some surprises.
Well, Colleen, I got a surprise for you, honey, if you ever get a chance to meet me. And that surprise, honey, woo, it's called the Uncut Girth.
Hey, Sandy, how you doing? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. That's it, the Uncut Girth. Hal Michaels, how you doing, sweetie? Nice to see you. Hey, hey, Rosie, did your man not travel with you? I really don't have a man in my life. It's comfortable. It was warm today. It was up to about 88 degrees here in Buffalo today. How's the latte? You good?
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's a little bit too much sugar, but it's pretty good. Nice espresso shot, nice coffee. It's pretty good.
See pictures. You don't have much to work with, so I don't know. Colleen's on your trail. How you doing, Karina? Patsy Klein, what's going on? Nice to see you. Seems like it's been a little quiet here on YouTube. Either that, or a lot of people are taking down their hangouts and stuff. So I'm not really sure what's going on. But anyway, it was warm. It was pretty darn warm and humid today. walking around Buffalo.
You know, all in all, what I'd like to say to Colleen and a lot of other women, and I've heard that all over the years from a lot of people, and they say, what's the measure of a good man? The measure of a good man is his all-around girth, if you know what I'm talking about. And when you talk about the King's Uncut Girth, we're talking about all-around girth, Colleen, honey.
Vegas Vixen, what's going on, honey? Woo! Welcome back to the States. Welcome back. Thank you, Spanky Ham. Nice to see you, Spanky Ham. Yo, is Elvis' new name Bella Rose? No, we met the lovely Bella Rose tonight and her wonderful husband. I'm gonna get into that in a couple minutes. We'll let the room fill up a little more. What an awesome day with those two. What was just off the top of your head? One sentence? They're just good folk, you know.
Good folks, good people. I think the short time we spent here in the greater Buffalo area, you realize that it's got a lot of really cool qualities. But well, Rosie, what do you think? First of all, I'd like to say it was a pleasure to meet Bella Rose and her husband. They were great people. We had a good time with them. They showed us a little bit of the area. We'll have some content coming up by the water, and we went and had a nice hot dog at Ted's Hot Dogs, and those hot dogs are made in Buffalo. They were great. The onion rings are out of this world. Fries are out of this world. And
there's Bella Rose in the chat.
How you doing, Bella Rose? Yeah, so it was great to meet them.
What do you think of those dogs, man? They
were
like
the dogs were great. The chicken wings at Duffy's were great.
They were good across the board for the fries, the split, the rings, and the fries.
Yeah, and even the Logan Dairy drink was great. I forgot who made those hot dogs. Maybe Bella Rose can say who made them. Were they Snappies? But they were hot dogs made in Buffalo. They were so good. Very good, very enjoyable. We didn't make a video of that, but yeah, it's been interesting. What I've noticed is though I've noticed this vibe here about Buffalo.
They're like Shaylin's hot dogs. Shaylin's hot dogs.
Shaylin's hot dogs. Okay, that's what it is.
I wouldn't say they had a lot of snap to them, but the quality, the meat that they used was very good. Lean. Pretty lean.
Well, the meat was very lean. There was a nice charred taste to them because they char grill them on a grill, and they were very lean and they were very juicy and just a very plump hot dog. Very little fat content in there. There wasn't much salt or sodium in them.
Hey Penny, hey Andrew.
They were quite delightful.
Hey Miriam.
Off the grill. It was a really good dog. I liked it. I liked it much better than a Chicago Vienna beef hot dog.
Wow, which is pretty amazing.
It had I believe it had a natural casing on there also, and it had more of the consistency of a Angus, like an Angus dog or a Polish sausage, Italian sausage. So
it was really good.
Really good.
Yeah, we sure did, man. It was unbelievable. I mean, this is like one of the coolest couples I've met, and I've met a lot of couples over the years.
Yeah, great chemistry.
They had great chemistry together.
They were fun to talk to, fun to hang out with. You want to tell them who was their favorite guy, casino guy on YouTube?
I can't remember his name.
Brian Christopher?
Yeah, I think it was Brian.
They say they follow Brian Christopher, a guy who I guess he gets money from people and gambles in the casinos. Yeah. And Rosie says she was thinking about doing that, you said?
Yeah, I'm going to do the Bella Rose Challenge. When I get back to Las Vegas, we're going to pull our money together and hit hard on that machine, and we'll split all the winnings or whatever. So it'd be we're going to call that the Bella Rose Challenge on there. So
yeah.
Let's see. I was going to nose his membrane map meet. It was good. Hey, Road Trekker, the trip is going good. The trip is going good. So I pulled into their, they decided, I think wisely, they didn't want to be on cam, but you can hear Kim talking and also her husband, and I don't think it's any big deal to use a first name, but they were awesome people, and you pulled up to their place. It was beautiful, in Buffalo there. It was like...
their home was amazing. You go to their home, and they've got a big piece of property, almost an acre, and the landscaping that her husband does is great, and their house is so beautiful on the inside, and they were just very good people, very good company, very good conversation, and I like both of their personalities. They're very unique, and they were quite a delight to meet up and hang out with. And Rosie attracts a lot of good people. Rosie is a great person. Everybody loves Rosie. We all love her, and she attracts a lot of good people. But obviously she also attracts a lot of trolls, just like anybody else. So there's good and bad. But a lot of these people that are behind the scenes that you don't see, that aren't trolls on YouTube, are watching Rosie all over the country. Some of them are watching me, and they just don't want to come out, and you don't see them, but we see them.
Yeah.
So
no problem, J Money. Nice to see Cornholio. How are you doing? Thank you.
I really enjoyed meeting Bella Rose. She reminded me of like Ellie, like you're saying, Ellie a lot. A very person. She's Italian, part Italian, and she's a very good talker. She's got a nice personality. She knows a lot about food in Buffalo, and she told me about all these different places. And the famous food in Buffalo is the beef whack sandwich.
Beef whack, yeah. Somebody was just mentioning that.
The hot dogs made in Buffalo, and then the chicken wings. They're also known for pizza in Buffalo. There's also some places that have top-notch pizza.
I never knew that Buffalo was a pizza place, but everywhere I go, it's if you ask the locals, what's the big foodie thing here? They're like
pizza.
Of course, the wings,
right.
And then the beef whack, which maybe I'll have
and
a
also
chance.
certain submarine sandwiches. I think Italian submarine sandwiches. But there's also, I know Rosie doesn't like this, but there's an abundance.
What's up, Juice?
There's an abundance of freshwater fish in this area, so there's probably some good places that serve freshwater fish.
Yeah, see, I don't eat
freshwater fish.
Yeah, I don't eat freshwater fish myself as a general rule, just deep sea fish. But you pull up to their place, it's just beautifully. I've never seen stuff so beautifully manicured in a yard and stuff.
And all in all, I just want to point out one other thing. The touristy feel that you get in Niagara Falls on the Canadian side is awesome. There's a lot of stuff to see there. Then you cross over on the American side. Then you've got Buffalo and the surrounding suburbs. There's a lot of stuff to see over here. A lot of stuff by the water. And there's a lot of hidden gems, a lot of food places. So yeah. It's great. It's great. There's so many things to see over here.
Yeah, there's things to see over here. And just super hospitable people. They took time. You're going to see some great content coming. We went down to Lake Ontario, and of course the water's so high now. They've had so much rain that it's impossible to to really go out on the lake, or the beach has been is underwater, and the piers and everything like that, the amount of rain that they had. But they took us a ways to a nice beach to show us a nice little beachside town there, and then it was a pretty good drive outside of Buffalo. So they really took some time today, and then we went to a cool town called Lockport. This is where you guys are going to really love this content out of Lockport, because this is one of the most interesting little towns that you'll ever see. The only way I can explain it is they call it Lockport. It's a system of locks on the Erie Canal. And as I explained it on my video, there's two ways that you can bring goods down to Lake Erie. You can either pack them in a barge and put them over Niagara Falls. Not a very good way to do things. Or you have to build a lock system to step down, because Lake Erie is lower by the height of Niagara Falls. It's that much lower below. So it's interesting to see this old-time lock system from the early 1800s that they had here. So I'm looking forward to bringing that content to you guys. They were awesome with their time, and then very kind. Marshall asked him about food scene there, and we decided to go to Ted's, a place called Ted's, and it was unbelievable.
It was really fun talking to Bella Rose about the different food over here and the different places, and she knows a lot about this area, and she's got a real cool personality. So it was really a joy to talk to her and get to know her and meet her in person. And like I said, a lot of people are watching Rosie. Everybody loves Rosie. A lot of good people want to meet her, and so I encourage more people to meet her and stuff.
I've been to Saratoga Springs before. It's a beautiful, beautiful place up on the, near Hyde Park, and on the way up to, and there's a beautiful, beautiful place. this town is really cool, built around the whole lock system there, and it was I can't wait to bring that content from that. That was one of the places on my bucket list that I always wanted to see. So I was really happy to be able to see that. Let's see. Let's see, Ron Dietz, how you doing? Yeah, that locks up the Sault Ste. Marie up there. So, hey, Debbie Lynn, how you doing, honey? Johnny Wad, what's going on, my friend?
Hey, Debbie Lynn, how you doing? Andrea.
Nice to see you. But it was nice to see people that had so much pride in their home and in their community. And Buffalo, you know, sometimes growing up and things, I mean, Baltimore didn't always get the best rap, but people would say, oh, you know, Buffalo is 200 inches of snow, and it's like they've had snowmageddons, and the people were kind of downbeaten, and it's kind of a beaten city. But I got the sense of a lot of pride there, and that was really really cool to see that. So. You know, they had to go through that whole post-industrial thing of losing a lot of, you know, family members that worked at steel mills and chemical plants, and they lost all that stuff. So, let's see. Can you use my first name? Brad. Oh, this your wig looks. Let's see, there's Debbie Lynn is on there. Brian, Iowa, hello to you. What's up, Sig? How you doing? Now I'm going to be on the road for at least another 2 to 3 weeks or so. So, did you go under the falls? I did not, but I did go on the boat up the river there. So, there we go. RB. Yeah, Brad Rose. There we go. What did it look like? Yeah, Brad Rose. He was really nice. I'm headed down to Baltimore next. So, yeah, I'm excited to see my dad. Yeah, Lockport is unbelievable, Bluebird. It was always on my bucket list of places to see. I'm always fascinated by engineering projects that were done in the pick and shovel kind of days, and the work that went into building this canal was amazing. When you consider it's like 530 miles had to be dug out, that whole thing. Let's see. So I wanted to especially thank them for their kindness. They live in a great area of Buffalo. What else is the memories of today? Taking a drive to the beautiful beach town. It was kind of sad to me that so much they couldn't use the beach anymore.
It says here, Rosie, that the demonym for a Buffalo person is a Buffalonian. That's what it says on Wikipedia.
Buffalonian, okay.
That's what it says on Wikipedia.
I was wondering what you call somebody from Buffalo. Like we have Baltimoreans or Baltimoreans, as they call them, and then Buffalonians. So. No, hey Darren, how you doing? 90 seconds in the jungle room. That would be 10 seconds to be in shock and 80 seconds to cry. Let's see, Christina, how are you? How you doing, Oda May? I am in Buffalo, New York. Welcome to Buffalo. Get some Bill's hot dog or Ypsilanti, yeah. So maybe boy. Anyway, it was a really good deal to meet both of them. They had some really funny stories, and you know, the careers that her husband has had is just fascinating to me. And he speaks well, and he's a good-looking guy, and they just made a dynamic couple. Actually, she kind of reminded me of myself a little bit. I don't mean that in a arrogant way. I just mean that she was all peppy and talky and very upbeat and ready to do anything. People from Buffalo are called Nichols. Honest to God, it's been that way for 50 years. That's interesting. Nichols, huh? Buffalo Nichols. What's up, Eastad? How are you? Is Norm in a sanitarium now? No, I can't tell you that. Having never munched on that kitten cat, I can't tell you. Hey, Jen, what's going on? Yeah, let me just take a second here just to, as I mentioned, Yeah, this thing gets a little flaky.
What
once
made
in a
you
while.
pop up like that? What made it pop off?
I have no idea what made it pop off. So, just once in a while, it just gets flaky. I don't know what happens. I'm just glad to have signal back. If you guys want to give a thumbs up, I just wanted to mention tip your mods. This month I decided to just pull it out of my pocket this month. I didn't really have time to organize something, so some money's been distributed already. I love my mods. They do a great job on here. The success of my channel, I owe a lot to my moderators.
What's the list of your
Let me
mods
just
again?
finish.
Oh,
Let me just finish
okay.
this. So, for those of you who wrote me an espresso, you have to send me a Gmail expressing that you want to participate in. Half my mods do, half my mods don't. So it's their own particular choice. But I love my moderators on here. They are the best of the best. I've got Odame, I've got Ginger No Soul, I've got Nicole, I got Tom Finland, I've got JK No Cow, I've got Jen, and I think I've got Kim C as my mods. Pappy said, when are you getting your super chat back? Probably this evening. I'm eligible today to reapply for monetization. I'm going to go ahead and submit that probably. I'm just kind of lazy to get out my, I got to get out my keyboard and do all, got to get out my laptop and do all that. And frankly, I'm having such a good time on the road like right now, and I've enjoyed a real nice level of support. People have been really enjoying the content and kicking back, and that's been a very wonderful thing. Send some duct tape. You're going to Maryland. You're going to basically drive within 10 miles. RB Charity Drive. I think best bitch Jax. He's best, but he's actually best for biz. I need super chat. I know. I was pushing paperwork around. I was doing credentialing and other work. Worked for Sutter for quite a few years. And please take a second to hit that thumbs up. How you doing, Vanessa? Nice to see you. Charlton Heston. There we go. The 10 Commandments. Charity Drive is Angelo. Oh, okay. Loved your Niagara. Thank you very much. I think that Niagara video Dagan turned out it's probably the best 4 minutes I've produced this year. Gonna let you, I don't know, Debbie Lynn, I'm gonna put it in. I'm not gonna cry. I've been putting up a ton of good content lately, and people have been really enjoying the content. So I don't think it's gonna be that difficult. But it's,
You know what I really enjoyed? I enjoyed the time lapse that you made of Lisa Marie on the road, and I think that's going to be. I never had a trailer video on Elvis Travels, but I think Rosie is going to give me her permission to use that video as the official trailer video of Elvis Travels.
Thank you, Cornholio.
Yeah, and
I do like to. I did some extra video on the way down from Toronto to Niagara Falls, which was a brutal ride. It was brutal. Half the ride was in extremely heavy, bumper to bumper.
Vicky Victoria says that I have big bones. You want to show her again, Rosa?
No, put your arm down.
She's trying
We've
to blow
done
me
the
up.
big bone challenge. Marshall. I don't. There we go.
Well, put her straight. You're at an angle.
Yeah, there it is.
There it is.
Okay.
They love that. They love looking at her forearms.
So I did a video. I put it up on the, following behind, because honestly, he's got a better GPS than I do with his system. He says I drive like a grandma. You used to drive like a grandma until you got your CDL, Marshall. And now you're flying down the road trying to keep up with you. And I missed a turn because he was so far ahead of me. The guy's got no concept of watching the rear view mirror, but I was able to catch up with him. But
Well, Rosie,
I got some good road video of the vehicle, and I got some good road video of the whole ride down there over the bridges and into Niagara Falls.
Rosie does one thing, and she breaks one of the rules that I've made for being a nomad. You never drive during the daytime and rush hour traffic. And she loves to get out and about in the middle of the hustle and bustle.
I'm a day person. I like to do my activities.
That's against the nomad code.
Marshall, you're burning daylight. Get out there. Get going.
You're
Monique, how you doing, baby doll?
You're part of the ham and eggers and 9 to 5ers, so.
Yeah, it's just I'm a day person. You know, I'm up. I went to bed about 3 o'clock last night, and 9 o'clock I was
So,
spring.
if people want to meet you on the road, the only way they can contact you is email because you don't have Facebook, right?
Yeah, I don't have
Do you put
Facebook.
your email out there for people so they know
My
what it is?
email is supposed to be on my about page out there, unless
Oh, it
they
is?
removed it. I can make it like new@gmail.com once in a while.
Because there
My
might want to, a lot of people might want to meet you and stuff,
yeah.
and that's the only way they can reach you to meet you and stuff. So.
Did you do much of the Toronto nightlife? If you consider the Pride Festival night down there, that was pretty cool, and then the Chooch is downtown. I like being down, like, now that I know Toronto a little better, I can go right into the stuff I want to do, like Greektown, go over to Greektown. They have Little India there. They have all these different ethnic sections that I really like. No, Monique, I'll be on my way tomorrow. So I'll be then Marshall's off to points unknown. So tons of respect for you, but if you don't,
Are you, Rosie? Are you going to reveal our itinerary now, or just keep it a secret?
well, I'm going to be heading west, and I'm going to be hitting the Detroit metro area around there, and then heading to Chicago. I'm going to spend some time in Chicago, and then basically making my way back to drop D off in Vegas, and then back home. So I want to see a Greektown. It's far better. It's got to be more than gyros. It's got to be more. It's got to be better than just gyros. So Greektown, yeah. I think I'm going to be picking up D on the way out of Detroit because it's yeah, right around that area. So said I could do your makeup as long as I sit on your original Al. How are you, honey? Okay, there we go. That isn't Greek food. That's what I say. I want to try. You know, Dagan, I had the Chicago pizza, and I did not go to the castle, but I saw it, Janet, from the outside. I saw it from the outside. That was spectacular down there. I don't know enough about the, baklava and some of the Greek dishes. I'm not much on that Mediterranean, Southern Mediterranean. I've not had much exposure to that. Come through Chicago. Oh, that would be good, BBE. I'd like that. So, I don't think D is going to hit anybody. So, yeah. Now, I'm going to tell you what, New York Cat, this is where Marshall and I part company on pizza. I went to Chicago. I sampled the pizza. Mr. X is there. Oh, this is the best. I don't like deep dish pizza as a rule. I just think New York style pizza is still the reigning champ of
I'm reading
pizzas.
the chat here on the phone, so just to keep it, because I see it better here on my end.
It's like to me, the New York style. They slice it into squares in Chicago, which I think is. I don't want to say it's weird. But it takes some getting used to. Yeah, thin. I like a thin crust pizza because you can get that pizza dough crispy, and it really adds to the flavor. A lot of deep dish pizzas I've had, they've not properly cooked. If they're in a hurry, they're shorting the cooking time on that. They're just rushing it out there. What was that? Mike's number 2 pizza, Pete's number.
Oh, Pete's. It was pretty good though, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I mean, there was nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying, but.
Andrea W says there is a Detroit style pizza, and I'm not sure where. She probably knows where to go for it, but it's
I'm
different.
not sure what a Detroit style would be. Me too. It's all about the water. He kept commenting on the. I don't like soggy pizza dough. You were commenting on the water in Toronto. Up there.
Yeah, how good the water was. Smells good, tastes good. It's unbelievable how good the water is right out of the tap.
Yeah, I think
faucet.
Supposedly they have some of the cleanest water in North
In the
America.
States, all the water they serve you is out of a filtered machine, and you go to Canada, to Toronto, and they get it right out of the tap, and it tastes even better than filtered water. I've never tasted water as good as like that out of a tap.
Yeah, New York City is supposed to be very good
Really good,
water
yeah.
too. Excellent. Yeah, New York water is supposed to be outstanding. The they think that's one of the key ingredients that makes the pizza so good up there. The Buffalo area here, from what I saw, like I say, I always wanted to see the town of Lockport, so they were perfectly willing to drive us out a significant distance to see that. I was happy to see that. Lockport, a very fascinating way. Yeah, New York, I'm not sure. I drink all bottled water or zero water in California, so I'm not really sure about that. Yeah, Joe Smith, Canada is really beautiful. The videos I have to come, the Niagara Falls, the cinematic experience. Okay, I did a live stream. I went on the boat, but I accumulated a lot of footage in the area and you know, the people, the whole experience. I want to put that together. Number one, I want to put together a video of meeting Bella Rose out there and Mr. Rose, them today, the experience of being with them. I want to put a video up about Lockport and the amazing engineering marvel that that place is out there. And I have one more dinner video. I didn't want a video tonight at the hot dog place, and I think Marshall agreed that it's, you know, meet these people and give them 100% of your
I've got a lot of content coming up that I'm behind, probably 20-30 videos of Toronto, Buffalo, Niagara Falls, so there'll be a lot of content on Elvis Travels also coming up.
Oh, how you doing, Bosco, Melton John, and RV Davey are behind your van. Oh my goodness. I guess I better run for the hills, right? I didn't have a beer in Canada. This was the first beer I had. They were gracious enough to buy some Coors Light for me.
So
today.
I just have a quick question for your audience here. Are there any people in, and I think in the Detroit area or Chicago area that want to meet?
Thank you, Jen. If you can, you know, anybody wants to tweet or share out that Niagara by boat video.
That want to meet Rosa? My question is for your audience. I'm just curious. Are there any of you guys in the audience that are in the Detroit area or Chicago area that are wanting to meet me, Rosie, or D-Dubs? Anybody else out there? Just curious. Who's from Detroit and Chicago?
Okay, all right, print me up, no problem.
I'm just curious. You never really ask your viewers where they're from.
Most people reach like Original Al. She's up in Toronto, but she's kind of in Ontario.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't do everything. I think she's a distance away from there, but I'm coming back again. So I mean, it's definitely a to do again. And then
Where is Joe Smith from?
Then it's on to Montreal. She's from Maryland down there.
Maryland down
there. Yeah, she Original Al was all for meetup, which I'm very excited about. She is a wonderful woman. She's a wonderful baker. If you see the things that she does on Instagram, she's just a really stellar person. She's very kind too. So Sukalava, great chicken, lamb, donut.
Souvlaki.
Yeah, there are a few authentic Greek dishes, none of that commercial. And juice, I've got a gal in Oklahoma City that wants to meet up, and I'll probably be coming through that way. So if you want to, get together or something like that, and just say hi. No cameras or anything, but if you want to, one of the best public water supplies. No, I do not know why, Oda May.
Are you only going to meet RN Debs and someone in Oklahoma, you said?
I'd like to meet Juice, and there's a gal in Oklahoma City that wanted to.
What's her handle?
Meet me. I can't remember what it's in OKC. What's up, D? How you doing? Yeah, lots of people want to meet me, but not Elvis. Well, I got to be honest. When Bella had nice things to say, and Marshall was, when he's there in person, he's very respectful.
I met 3 people that Rosie knew, and it was a delight to meet all 3 of them. Rosie attracts a lot of good people, and like you say, a lot of these people are not. Some of them are active on her, some of them are not, but a lot of people are watching that are not behind YouTube, that are watching behind the scenes. Like I said, that you people don't see. So
yeah, I'm going to be moving. When I go through Detroit, I want to at least have lunch with Deb the RN, and then peel off for the Southwest. I've not been through Oklahoma before and down through that way, so I'd be very interested. Hey Ginger, how you doing, sweetie pie? And once again, I think all my mods are basically here. If you want to be participating in Tip Out Your Mod Day, I'm doing the distribution myself. I'm not taking any contributions from anybody, but you do have to just send me a Gmail. I can make it like new and tell me you want to participate, and you will be all set. Some of it's already been distributed today. I've got the best mods in the business. Yeah, I know you do. Debbie Lynn is one of the most sociable and welcoming people that you would ever want to meet down there in Greenville, South Carolina. Okay, take care, Dagan. Nice to see you. Can you pick a sub to tip out to? No, Red Pill. I just put it into I try to apportion it in terms of who's in the who's doing the most representation in the channel. It's not always perfect. Let me just finish this. Yeah. So if you want to participate, you know, some of my mods don't, and that's fine. They still do an outstanding job. Nobody's required to be here, but when they are here, they add a significant amount to the they add a whole dimension to the chat that I really like. So I got
a question for you, if you don't mind me asking. What are your requirements in order for somebody to be your moderator? What requirements do they have to meet? It's a very
select number of people. It's people that have been regularly in my chat before that expressed an interest in moderating. Mm-hmm. I only keep it like 6 or 7 people. I had the experience of one time giving everybody a wrench, and then I had a gigantic problem. I woke up one day and I had a block list with like 250, 300 people on it. Right. My email was flooded with people pissed off that why did you block me off the chat? I can't get on. And also a lot of comments were
being deleted.
A lot of comments were deleted on, you know, whole videos had whole swatches of comments that were just taken off the video. So I decided to just have a very small core. Most of the people I selected were, I'd seen them on other chats, like JK NoCal is a tremendous friend of mine. And Oda May, you know, she's modded for a lot of channels. She has a lot of experience. My mods, I'm not here to protect myself, okay? I'm a free speech zone, but as far as making sure other people aren't torn up in the chat, they understand that. They're not, like, you can be here, my mods can be here. Normally, they might not like you in the chat, but because it's my chat, they respect it.
So one of your requirements is they have to be willing or volunteering to say, I want to be a mod, I want to do this job.
Yeah, if there's something that opens up, I wouldn't mind being a mod. It's a very, you know, I lost.
How often do they have to be on your live chats? So
there's no requirement to be on my chats. If they want to make it, it's like I told Oda May before. I said, Oda May, you're not required to be here on my chats and any of them. If there's a chat you want to go to, if you want to go to Vinny's chat and the hot topics coming up, or Katie's chat or something like that, be there. There's no requirement. As long as I have, like, usually 1 or 2 mods are in here, and that's all I really care about. Is, you know, a couple weeks ago, not like a couple months ago, there were some people that were getting doxed out. Their docs were being dropped on the side chat and stuff. And it's like, for me, I don't really, you know, I'm not, you know, they're not here to protect me. So not using the wrench for personal vendettas. Exactly. Like, you know, I see Ginger on other chats and stuff, and she has different opinions about, but, you know, they're able to hold themselves in check, you know, and that's an important. They don't get carried away. So.
First of all, let me answer Colleen. No, I don't want to be a moderator on Rosie's channel because, number one, I'm too busy making my own content and doing my own streams. That's number one. Number two, I don't really care about timing out or banning trolls on Rosie's, because the trolls that are on Rosie's channel are not Rosie's trolls, they're my trolls. So having a moderator wrench on Rosie's channel is useless for me because they're not here to troll Rosie, they're here to troll me.
Well, it's
so
just
having
like it's useless,
the only reason,
you know?
it's the only reason.
I told Elvis, I don't want a wrench. You know, I don't want a wrench in your chat. I don't want a wrench in anybody's.
The only reason that I needed a wrench in here was a defensive wrench because I was getting timed out by moderators, and the only one that I know that on her list that has timed me out is the Juice. And so and if he doesn't time me out, then I don't need a wrench. So that was the only issue that I had before, as he kept on timing me out or blocking me, banning me. So besides that, I don't have no interest in having a moderatorship or wrench.
I think D is in Michigan hanging with his family, so that's a good thing. Yeah, to me it's not, but if you have a pretty lively chat, this is not an insanely big chat, but it's nice to have a few moderators.
So if you had to rank your moderators as far as in strength and vigilance, how would you rank them?
I'm not gonna rate moderators.
Okay.
My moderators know how I feel about each one of them. You know, there's
You said Ginger is
Ginger's outstanding.
Right.
Oda Mae's good. You know, she's got a lot of going on in her life right now, so it's not a requirement that she be here. Jen and Kim C, they kind of fly under the radar, but they're there, you know, and they're laid back and they're real chill. JK NoCal, when he's on, is a cool mod. Juice, I got nothing but respect for Juice. 4 years on YouTube, and the Juice has never talked crap about me. You know, I'd be on chats where people were just filleting me, and the Juice is he's holding his tongue, you know, and he's just, you know, he's exceptional. This is why I can't, you know, because he had a dust up with somebody one night, I can't just cut
Missy
Juice.
Jenn, she's in there.
Hey, Missy Jenn. Yeah, Jen, let me know your Gmail there. I just cannot, you know, I'm not going to cut Juice loose, you know what I'm saying? I really like Juice a lot, so I always have. Yeah, what's going on, Missy Jenn? How you doing? Bella Rose has a nice gift box for you to open. She enjoys following your content a lot, which was another big nice thing about your. Yeah, Juice is definitely a controversial mod, but it's, you know, it is what it is.
If people had to talk and say their voice about your mods, right, and say which ones they had a problem with,
yeah,
would you listen to the people
I don't
and
restrict
stuff?
people.
I mean, would you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't
take into their
people.
consideration what they think.
But somebody like Juice, there's no way that you know. How you doing, Joey D? Juice has just been too steady. You know what I mean? He's been rock solid for years.
Right.
You know, and I mean that's a rare commodity to have on YouTube. Is plus he knows the food scene, and you know, he enjoys the foodie videos. He almost always comments on the foodie videos. What's going on, Mike G? How are you, Susie? Nice to see you. Nice to see you, Jen. Greetings from Buffalo. We had a really nice meetup with Bella Rose and her husband today. We were just reliving some of that. We had an excellent, what you called an appetizer.
Just a little bit of a snack.
A little bit of a snack.
I want to say this though right now, and I think that to me this is very important. And I just want to, and I'm only going to say this like one time and stuff. And this is to the Juice. I don't care what you say about me and stuff.
Baltimore's next, Mike.
I don't care what you say about me, Juice. But all I ask you respectfully is please don't. If you could please respect my family and my father and mother, and don't attack my family anymore, because you've attacked them in the past, and I don't appreciate that you did that. I know that you're not man enough to apologize for me for that. That's fine. I don't care, because that's just the content of your character. But I don't care what you say about me and stuff. But in the past, you've attacked my mom and dad, and I don't appreciate it. And I know that you're not man enough to apologize to me, and that's fine. But I just wanted to put that out, that out about you, and that's pretty much all I've got to say. Okay. I don't have anything else to say about you. I don't care if you time me out or
take care, Bella.
Block me.
Thanks
out here
again,
and stuff.
honey. Well,
But I just wanted
you
to
can
put that
express
out.
your opinion on here. Hey, honey badger,
But that's my opinion and stuff about him and stuff. So
I got a
uh,
great history with you, so I'm not, I'm not
he's
about to throw that over.
yeah.
So, I'll stand up for him like he stood up for me.
A lot of people though voice their opinions about him, and it's not only me. A lot of other people voice their opinions about him. I don't know how many people, but a
Hey,
lot of
nice
people.
to see you, honey badger. Always an honor to have you on the chat stream. I hope you're doing well. Probably staying busy with summer and all that. Yeah, I like the Juice a lot. The Juice has just been a stand-up person. Do I like every little thing that the Juice does? No, but on balance, when the way that the Juice has been with me over the years, that's not the kind of person
Well,
that you want to let go
I
of.
think that maybe he does other stuff behind the scenes on other chats, but as long as he's on your channel, then he behaves. But things happen.
Yeah, I always wish
whatever.
for better days on
So,
YouTube, and that starts
but
by making today a positive day and tomorrow a positive day. But believe me, I don't tell anybody how to run their channel anymore. I stopped doing that in January of this year.
and you're not really responsible for anything I say or anything that you say.
I
Everybody
can't
is an
be.
individual
Yeah,
and stuff.
they have
can
to
say whatever
stand
they
and
want.
fall on their
We
own.
have to take our own responsibility for what we say,
And I used to
So,
cringe and worry what was going to come out of his mouth next, and it's like, whoa, I can only control what comes out of my mouth. As long as that's positive and upbeat, then people will be here. Yeah, do I lose subs along the way? Yeah, but I pick up subs along the way too. The complexion of your sub base is constantly subtly changing over time. There's some people that don't want to see Elvis on the stream.
I just think that
they don't see Elvis on the stream. They see Elvis and they just want it. I'm done. It's fine. But you have other people that are willing to see today as like a fresh day and take it from there. And new people come on board because content trumps all.
Yeah.
Rainbow and a big smile. There you go, Mike Loyal.
I just want to say this, that I already met 3 people in person that Rosie knows. I don't even know these people. I don't know if they watch me, whatever, but I met them in person. It was a cool, delightful experience and stuff. I just think, in my opinion, that anybody who's got a moderator wrench on anybody's channel, that they shouldn't hold a personal vendetta against the audience, viewership, fans, followers, whatever you want to call it, you people want to call yourselves, of a content creator. They shouldn't take that personal vendetta on anybody, any one of your moderators. I don't even care who it is. They shouldn't take a personal vendetta against the audience or followers. They should do it somewhere else outside of the channel of the person that they're moderating on. They should just do it outside of there.
Yeah,
because this is Rosie's stage.
Yeah, and I don't think the chat owner has a responsibility to intervene with the personal relationships, successful or failed, with other people. It's their individual.
But I just want to say personally, as I'm a fan of Rosie O'Kelly, I watch her stuff, I watch her hangouts. If I have something personal to say to Juice, I want to say to him on my platform, mano a mano, come to my channel, and I'll address you. Mano a mano on my platform. I don't want to do it on hers because this is her stage, this is her show.
Yeah, I got tremendous content coming up.
And I don't think
Megan Fox,
that,
I friggin' love you too, honey. You were off the chain. The hell she screaming about?
I don't know. So
somebody
that's
almost
my thing.
ran over her foot or something. What the hell? Anyway,
let me read the chat on my phone so I can see it better here. Let's see what people are saying.
Let's see. Yeah, so I got lots of good content coming up. Content from Lockport today. I've got content from Niagara Falls, the overall experience up there, which I haven't done. That'll be my last piece of Niagara. I think I got 1 or 2 food videos coming up, so I'm going to have a little bit of downtime over the next couple days after tomorrow to get things in order. I'll probably reapply for the monetization. I don't feel like hauling out the laptop and getting on a...
I got a revelation here. Looks like I'm blocked.
Huh?
My chat's not even, my messages.
There you are, right there. There you...
Oh, there I am. Is that me?
That's you. Yeah. There you are.
Maybe I could click on this now and give myself a wrench. What do you think? Should I do that?
You used to have a wrench because
Well, what happened though? I
the
don't have a
one
wrench
thing that
now.
I did not appreciate was I like to treat.
Why did I lose my wrench? What
Well, I'm
happened?
gonna explain what happened.
I didn't even bend anybody.
Okay. I like to treat every chat as a separate kind of fresh unit. You know, like fresh bread coming out. Sometimes it goes rotten, sometimes it goes good. Now, when Marshall would just show up in the chat, one of my former moderators would almost consistently time him out or block him on site. I didn't appreciate that, okay? I like people to come into the chat, and if you have a reason to be knocked out, then you go out. So I gave Elvis what's
Wouldn't it be epic if I gave myself a wrench right on her? That would be epic.
I gave Marshall a defensive wrench. To my knowledge, he never blocked anybody. He never timed anybody out on a chat. Now, I used to have a wrench in his chat, and when he took my wrench out, I thought, well, you don't need a wrench on my chat because nobody's really blocking you out. The people that don't like you, they tend to unsub and move on. So over time, you get more of a balance of what you want. And if you're here and if you're hating, it's because you want to be here. So
there's only one person that I blocked, and that was the person impersonating me with Elvis Travels and my name
not
and
too much
photo and avatar.
May. That was a if
and
it
I
happened, it was a rarity.
I have the right to do that. So if somebody's impersonating me, my picture and myself, I have a right to do that. I don't want to get impersonated by anybody.
Yeah, I mean, of course.
No, I don't want a wrench. I don't care about having a wrench. I really don't.
How you doing, Gil?
It doesn't mean anything to me and stuff. But
I just try to have an open kind of chat, and I only have the moderators designed on here so that there's usually, if I'm on the morning, there might be one or two in there. If I'm in nighttime, you know, you got to have some balance. I don't ever want people to feel, I don't want my mods to ever feel like they have to be here. I want them to be here when they want to be here, and they got lives and they got other crap to do. But they're a significant part of what I do here.
I think, in my opinion, and I'll just put my 2 cents in, I think you only need two good moderators. And whoever bans someone, then you can see who the rogue moderator is. If you have more than two, then it's hard to find the rogue moderator. But if you have only two, you can figure out who's loyal to you and who's rogue.
Hey, Libby, how are you?
Yeah,
I would never want to wrench. See, I didn't like the responsibility. I'm not comfortable with that. But the wrenches I do have, Marshall, they're very experienced people. Yes, some of them are from the drama community and things, but they're super experienced, and they're critically able to tailor themselves to the chat host and not get worried if somebody flames Rosie. They're not going to be freaking out, and I like it. I mean, I like its perfect balance. So I usually only have one or two. The evening I usually have more because, well, it's a quiet time on YouTube. There's a lot of people are doing streams and then taking them down. So the content is really lean on here right now. So there's not a lot of places for them to be. Yeah, I think so, Mark. I think I think I have the perfect balance of mods now, you know, with the addition of Jen, and Kimsey. I don't know what happened to one classy redhead. I did not want to, but I removed her wrench because I've not seen her in the chats for 3 weeks to a month, and I thought, well, maybe she doesn't want to be in the chats anymore. So I don't know, Wendy. Hey, Wendy, how you doing? I grew up in Baltimore too. I tend to cut people off and interject too. So I guess I'm just kind of used to, I grew up in a huge family, so there'll always be people jumping in.
I got a quick question for Wendy Johnson. Wendy Johnson, are you going to pay your taxes to your Assyrian king when you see him live again? Or have you turned rogue on your king? Do you still love your king?
Yeah, Carlos, what's going on? How you doing, Carlos? Give me my wrench back, you Indian giver. I don't know. Carlos, I'm just always happy to see you in the chat. I think he's just kind of joking around, Kitten Cat. So, is this Miss Know-It-Some in here? Tooth Fairy, I don't know, because I can, that's why.
I don't see her in her.
I don't get all bent out of shape about stuff.
I don't see her on there.
Who? Oh, there she is. How you doing, Miss Know It Something? Nice to see you.
Where's she at?
George Trusty, what's going on? So now I got the perfect amount of mods. There's usually, if I'm on in the morning, there's one or two there.
Oh, I can't see her because I have her blocked, so see her on yours.
So I'm really happy. I think I just have the perfect blend of people. Susie, I hope you're doing well, honey. Well, Samster short puts it, Yeah, I try to bring some educational. I think you're really going to enjoy the Lockport, which was the only way to get goods from Lake Ontario.
Oh, Mouse Toes. This is another moderator that I think has. I don't know if she's timed me out, but I see her on the side.
Mouse Toes comes to me by way of TR Preppers chats, and she's always been a very staunch supporter of the channel, and she enjoys the content, and she says I'm available and I'm used to moderating and stuff like that. And I know she doesn't like. She's probably the most vociferous mod, probably her and Oda May on you, but that's your own field.
Does she have a channel, Mouse Toes?
Yeah. That's your own. Yeah,
Is she from the drama community?
No, from the prepper community.
Let me see
She's
if I can see her.
got canning videos, so it's up to you to straighten it out with them. It's not.
She's got canning videos.
When do we go back to Chuchin? I would say probably down in Baltimore, but I need to take a couple days off for the first time in 6.5 years. I'm going to take a few days off. I've pre-recorded a few videos to just pop up there and.
See, the thing is, like, I just, a lot of these people that are mods I've never even seen. Like, Mouse Toes is relatively new.
No, I've known Mouse Toes since 2015.
I've never heard of her. Yeah.
How you doing, Vinny G? Nice to see you. Very happy to see you. Hope you're doing good, Vinny G.
She's another person that I didn't know until recently.
Yeah, she's been around for a long time, but she. I guess you don't strike the right notes with her or whatever. Yeah, I want to enjoy and spend some time. I need a break from the road. On the weekend, it'll be 3 weeks solid. I've been on the road, so a couple of down days, just a little change gears, and then get back on the road. And I have to hightail it out west again. So, you're not.
Hey,
yeah,
thank you,
go
George.
ahead, Vinny.
George
Sure.
Trusty, thank you. Elvis, you have given me a craving for Middle Eastern food. I'm going to check out my local eatery here in Victorville called Alibaba. Where is Victorville, George Trusty? Thank you. That you appreciate my content. Who else in there appreciate the King's content?
Yeah, thank you, Jen. Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy a couple days off, so it's gonna be good. I'm not gonna go live. I'm gonna be pretty.
Looks like I got some fans in there too.
Well, people obviously watch your content.
They
and
bleed in and out of our channels.
There we go, Bosco. Woo! Can't wait, right? Yeah. Seeing Vinny had a question. It's probably about baseball or something. I don't know. And then POS. You're not with him, T-Bird. It's like he's not like YouTube is persona.
Well, obviously the three people that I met.
Yeah, you were very respectful tonight.
That I met that were Rosie's followers met me, and we had a great time.
I have no idea, Vinny. I never.
So obviously I'm not a POS.
I didn't ask Norm that in my meetup with him. Some people were talking about, it's a short period of time for a meetup. Look, you say what you got to say. The guy's busy. He's getting his life packed up and everything. So, yeah, my Monique, how are you? It's me, Susan. How are you, honey?
How you doing, Susan? Who's Susan? Does she have a channel?
Yeah, I don't know about, I don't know. I don't think somebody that's been around the industry as long as Norm has is going to get fired because of some visit. No, I've not been to Wegmans. What's that, Beef Weck? Is that the thing that they have here?
Mm-hmm.
And what does it look like? It looks like an Italian beef, doesn't it?
It's something like some sort of a beef sandwich, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Whack? Maybe a little more of,
Yeah.
what is that? Maybe bring a little more of who they met to your channel. I am Ginger. I'm going to be putting up a video on meeting Bella Rose tomorrow and her husband. So that's going to be a good video, I think. Oh, thank you very much, Tina. You're gonna love Niagara Falls. Make sure you go out on the. Make sure you take the boat thing. It's epic, but protect your camera. A few people's cameras got wrecked on that boat, so he did get crap from Marshall. Little stunt though. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, the Maid of the Mist is, remember the Maid of the Mist is the American side, and then they got the horn blower. I went out on the Canadian side. If you're going to go to Niagara Falls, go to the Canadian side. I mean, it's all the things. Shawnee, how are you, Shawnee? But all the good stuff is on the, you know, as much as they try to make something out of American Falls, it is cool. You can go right down to the level. You can go down to the steps as you saw on the video. Oh, thank you, Miss Susan. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. I appreciate that very much. So lots of good content coming up. Always enjoy your channel. Oh, thank you very much, Vinny. Make sure you check out yesterday's video into the Niagara, into the roaring Niagara Falls by boat. I think that you'll enjoy that. It's a really nice cinematic experience. It turned out a little better than I thought it would. So I could not get Elvis to go on the boat down there, but he's just not a water person. Okay, thank you, William. I swear the Maid of the Mist was in film. The Maid of the Mist has been in a lot of movies. It's yeah, Take a Maple Tree Home. The Maid of the Mist has been around since at least the 40s, the honeymooning. Do they still have it so you can go under? Yeah, they have a walk behind the falls, Debbie Lynn. They also have, you can do a zip line across the falls. They have a sky car that goes across the falls. They got everything. Well, I did offer Beta Boy because the experience is so unique, and he's bought dinners and spent money on me, and I did offer to take him on the boat, but he declined. Plus his camera, he couldn't get it. He could have probably taken the Sony out, but yeah, it would have wrecked his phone. Yeah, it was fun. That was just pouring. It was just a curtain. I mean, I'm pointing the camera up at the waterfalls, and I'm praying to God I got something, because I'm blinded. I can't see anything. And I was just really lucky with two of the shots, incredible shots with rainbows and the falls and all that. So, Jen. Yeah, our Galaxy S9 Pluses came through like champs, but I tell you, four or five phones got destroyed on that boat. And I just saw people trying to shake the water out, and you know those phones shorted out because of their charging thing. They're not waterproof. There were some people freaking out on that boat. There were a few Asians and some kids were freaking out on that.
How are they freaking out?
They were trying to run to the back of the boat, pushing people. They thought we were going to go right under the falls, you know. Oh. And there's, you know, some Chinese woman screaming there. So let me see this thing.
Why are some of the vests red and some of them blue?
The Canadian boat has red. It's the one that comes out from the Canada side is a horn blower. Mm-hmm. The one from the U.S. side, the Maid of the Mist, is blue for the American side.
But why do they color code it like that?
Well, it's just, I guess, tradition of blue and red. Red for Canada and blue for the U.S. So, yeah, it's going to be hard to top that. But remember, the street streams are coming back. Yeah, they were screaming, well, you know, in Chinese, oh my God, he's going to run into it. And they're starting to try to push their way back to the back of the boat and stuff. And that set off a little bit of panic among some of the kids and stuff that were on there. Yeah, the CN Tower Beta Boy was closed. We had 17 minutes to get through a 1 hour line to get
What
to
do
the
you what do you
top.
think would happen if the boat got close to the falls or got under the falls?
It would be swamped. It
would
would fill up.
capsize?
The bow would just be pushed down, and the boat would capsize. Yeah.
Capsize, yeah.
So, and I don't think anybody would be powerful enough to swim out of
Right.
that vortex. So, but I don't think they've ever lost a person on any of those. They've probably logged well over 1 million passengers. Wouldn't you think? Millions of passengers have probably been on that.
And
trip.
nobody's ever been killed.
Nobody's ever been killed.
Has anybody ever been got overboard?
I'm sure there's been jumpers, like Bella Rose's husband Brad Rose was telling me tonight. 10 people have gone over Niagara Falls. No, maybe he told me 15 people, and 5 people lived, including one woman. In 1902, a school teacher went over and went into a barrel, and one guy went once and succeeded, and then stupidly he went a second time and he died. I mean, these falls are no joke. KM in the chat. How you doing, KM? Our Canadian gal there from Toronto. There she is, KM.
Hey,
right
KM,
there.
how you doing?
KM, how
Was
you
Bella
doing,
Rose in
sweetie?
here too today? Earlier?
Yeah, Bella Rose.
Cool.
Bella Rose was in here. KM, how you doing, sweetie?
How you doing, KM?
There's another person I'm sure as heck glad that I met. KM, woo! Start your day the Canadian way, baby.
I'm still having Tim Hortons.
Tim Hortons. I'm enjoying the experience.
Yep, we're enjoying it. Thank you.
Buffalo. Every time I see this go through a Tim Hortons, KM,
remember you.
I think of you, honey. I think of this star since only 7 deaths going over have been judged to be accident. Only 1 person reported to survive an accidental fall. Okay, thank you, Cheryl S. You would never, not one person's ever gone over the American Falls because it's certain death, because it's all rocks at the bottom of the, there's no hope of survival. What buffalo food have you tried? We had Jim's hot dogs, which were off the chain.
No, we had Ted's hot dogs.
Ted's hot dogs.
And then we had
Duff's chicken wings.
Duff's chicken wings.
Night.
Yeah, let me see. Look that up. Is that
Duff's
Ted's
chicken
dogs?
wings were incredible. They win the award for the best thing.
Yeah,
Do you think I would fit into a standard? I'm not sure, Vinny G, but everybody had their little red jackets on and stuff. The hornblower was actually a pretty comfortable boat to be on. Very nice to see KM in the chat. Love you, my KM girl. Rochester garbage place. Yeah, next year when I do the Canadian swing, it's going to be probably Toronto and Montreal will be the goes on there. So, McGreg, how are you doing? Nice to see you. All right, guys. Looks like the chat's winding down. I am going to go ahead and close out the chat. Yeah, I've been eating pretty good. I'm trying to watch it, not go crazy. What's up, Coach? How you doing? Yeah, I heard Montreal I've been to before in the early 90s. It was an amazing experience. I loved Montreal. We could meet Dr. Drunk Andre.
Oh,
there,
yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Go live. Jump. I think he would have a good time in San Francisco. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and close out the chat. Thank you, everybody came in. Thank you, my moderators. If you want to participate and tip out your mod day, it's all coming from yours truly this month. Why? Because I love you guys. So make sure some of it has already been sent out. And if you want to participate and you're one of my wonderful, wonderful mods like Jen, then please make sure to hit me up. See you tomorrow. One morning hangout, some more content coming up, and then I am on the road. Kim C, thank you, honey, for all you do. Oda May, thank you for that. And you guys have yourselves a wonderful night. Woo.
Good night. Woo!